you play a team in the playoffs 7 games. You've been chasing them or right around them in the standings all year. I know you're looking for the 2 points. I've heard that from you, about you. Is there some more juice? Is there something special about playing a Kings team at this time of the year?
Well, what I think there is familiarity. We're quite aware of what we're up against. They have a clear understanding of what they're up against. Both teams are different than they were in the last year's playoffs. We have different personnel. Both teams' games have evolved in certain ways. Should be a good matchup tonight.
Jay, your last meeting with LA was, it was emotional. There were 3 fights in the back half of that game. They were on the power play a bunch early, got some goals. You guys were on the power play late. Did something happen in that game? Because your team since then's had the best points percentage in the National Hockey. Was it a bit of a galvanizing moment for your group against LA that night?
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, there were moments in that game that we liked, strangely enough. You know, I thought they won the special teams battle that night. You know, I thought I saw a lot of teammates stick up for each other. I saw a lot of teammates answer the bell and up their physical ante, and I thought it brought us together, and I think our record since that point speaks for itself. I'd bring it even farther back. I think since post-Christmas, our team is really going in the right direction, but that game certainly provided us with an opportunity to come together, and I thought we did, and you know, we'll see where we're at tonight versus this team.
Jay, you have 3 of the top 6 leading scorers in the league, and they've been consistent all year. But for the last 2.5 months, your offense as a group has taken even a bigger step. What have you seen collectively from your team that's allowed you to score way more 5-on-5?
Well, the first thing, Jason, I think is we've gotten healthier. So you're starting to see the full complement of what we have. We're still not yet at full health. But when you return someone like Evander Kane, which, you know, he kind of came back at the middle of January, played a few games post All-Star break. He got dinged up, and then now he's back. You know, I think you're seeing people slotted into the proper batting order up front, and gives the coaching staff more options. You know, allows for easier accountability when it comes to performance, those types of things. And I think, you know, you look at the way we're built, that is the way we are built. And, you know, I think that goes back to Bob's point of since the game against LA in LA, the team has really taken off. Part of it is the offense, part of it is coming together and sticking up for each other physically. You know, there's been a lot of good things since that moment.
I know you like to dissect the team right before you're going to play them, and you know the Kings well. Your offense, that's who you are. I think defense is their main mantra. They're fewest goals against in March here by a significant margin, basically 2 in every game except 1. How do you view that as a challenge? And when you break down a team that's that sound defensively, you know what you do well. Do you have to tweak something to what they do, or do you say we do something very well, so we're going to try to do that more against their style?
Well, you talked about dissecting a team. I thought up until about that trade deadline, LA was one of the highest scoring teams in the league and gave up a lot of goals. And so what they've done here since the All-Star break is they've tightened the screws defensively. They got back to what their historic identity had been. But if you look at the total goals against on the year, they are what they are. I think what tonight's game presents as is 2 teams 1 point apart, both battling for playoff position, both battling, you know, to try and gain as many points to finish as high in the standings as they can. Both teams have elite players. Both teams have elite power plays. The team that is going to pay the price tonight to win is going to be the one that walks out of here with 2 points.
Jay, hopefully this question is not too similar to what
Yep.
answer.
No problem.
Personnel-wise with LA and breaking them down, personnel-wise, who and what makes them challenging, and then also in particular, what's the best way to crack that 1-3-1 that
You want me to outline our game plan here right now? I would say this. They have a lot of good players. The Edmonton Oilers have a lot of good players. It should be a good game tonight.
Their penalty kill did nice work against you guys. Not very often you get that many chances and don't sort of figure out a way. What do you call about your power play that night, and how much work goes into figuring out what they're doing and how to crack that penalty kill?
Here's what I thought in that game. I thought they got a bunch of early power plays that made us pay. I was more disappointed in our penalty kill effort that evening than our power play. One thing I don't worry or stay up a lot at night worrying about is our power play, and we have the people to find solutions, and they do a nice job of that, and we'll see what happens tonight.
It's been similar personnel for quite a while. With Tyson Barrie not here, Evan Bouchard has been getting the lion's share. What have you thought of the job he's done there, and how is the power play different looking there?
Well, I think what's different is that he represents I shouldn't even say greater shot threat, because Barrie did a nice job of sifting pucks through and placing pucks. I think Bouch has a heavier shot. Both are good transporters of the puck. Both realize that we have 4 other really good options on the ice. So it doesn't just necessarily have to run through them. You know, they're both good. They were both really good team players with that in mind. I think we have the necessary people to put on the ice on a power play to make sure we have 5 threats at all times.